You know, we're going to take a few questions now. So James and Fran, you can help me with the questions. We have questions that are being sent in. And right now we have a question from Mark in Rock Island, Illinois. And the question is, what makes Bracken Cave able to support such a large colony of bats? What sets it apart from other roosts?
Well, most of the caves in central Texas are actually very cool places to live. They're about 68 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. But Bracken Bat Cave is like a giant incubator. Because of the millions of bats that are roosting in it, the ceiling temperatures are around 102 to 104 degrees. So it's a very hot, warm cave. So it makes it a great incubator for the female bats to have their babies and raise them here at Bracken.
Great, thank you. Thanks so much. Here's another question about bat caves. Anna in Manassas, Virginia says, are there bat caves in Virginia too?
Yes, we have caves all over the United States, and Virginia has bat caves as well.
Great, great. And from Lammersville Elementary in Tracy, California, what is the best time of night to watch bats flying around?
I say at dusk and dawn, when they're first coming out and looking for insects, and when they return in the morning, just like we're going to see here shortly before sunset. You'll see the activity of the bats. You can also come here in the morning and see, just as the sun is rising, they're active again.
Great. And I have to, thanks to Fran, we had a chance to see the bats returning to the cave this morning as it was just getting light, and it was an amazing sight. So that was very special. Okay, here's a question for either, maybe both of you, from Asia in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and they ask, do you have a favorite bat?
I can say there are lots of bats that I think I like, and all of them are cool in their own special way. And many times I'll meet bat scientists who tell me that their favorite bat is one that for me just seemed plain, but then they start describing why, and the more you know about each bat, the cooler they are. But I'd say probably the pallid bat is the one that made me first fall in love with bats when I saw Dr. Tuttle's photographs of pallid bats capturing and eating scorpions and centipedes. I thought, that's a pretty tough little bat. Even though they're very small, they're very tough.
Wow. And Fran, do you have a favorite bat?
Well, I'm going to have to go with the Mexican free-tailed bats that we have here at Bracken. I have the privilege of managing the property that BCI owns here at Bracken Bat Cave. So I spend a number of nights during the week giving bat tours and introducing people to these wonderful bats. So I'll have to go with the bats I have here at Bracken.
I can understand that. And I think after everyone gets to see the Mexican freetails, everyone would agree with you too. And here's a great question from Ashley Mesner in Salado, Texas, right here in the great state of Texas. How well do bats see? Are they blind?
There are no bats that are blind. I mean, at least not as a species. All bats can see, and quite a few of the species can see very well. Some of them use echolocation, but a lot of types of bats, especially the fruit bats, don't really need echolocation to be able to track down a piece of fruit, and so some of them actually can see in color and very well.
Great, great. And should we check to see if anything is happening in the cave right now? Great.
Sandy, if we look down into the cave right now, we can't see anything going on down here in the mouth of the cave. But we can see some insects flying around, so there's some large dragonfly flying around. So those aren't bats yet, but here shortly we'll be able to see the bats starting to swarm near the mouth of the cave.
Oh, so let's take a look at the cave cam. And we're going to go to that right now. We can't see anything yet, but
no bats yet.
There's activity going on. We just can't see it way back in
they're in the way back in the dark part of the cave, so they haven't started moving out towards the mouth of the cave yet. It's still a little early.
Okay, great. And we let's see. Let's take a question from Hannah in Woodbridge, Virginia. Here's a good one. Can bats fly in the rain?
Actually, they can fly when it's misty, but if we get a heavy rain, for example, the Mexican free-tailed bats, they only weigh 15 grams, which is like 2/4, so they're very light. So when it's raining, usually you have a lot of gusty winds, and they can get blown around very easily, or not even knocked down onto the ground. So, and usually the insects aren't flying around when it's raining, so they're out there to catch food for dinner. So usually they'll wait till it stops raining. And sometimes they'll even actually come out before it rains. If we have storms in the area, they'll beat the storms out, feed, and then wait for the storms to pass over. So
And we're so lucky to have such a beautiful night here at Bracken Bat
no
Cave.
rain tonight.
Just gorgeous, just gorgeous. Okay. Let's see, we've got another question from Braytech Burns in Anson, Maine, and they ask, are there daddy bats in the caves or just babies?
They're mommies and baby bats. So we have millions and millions of mommies and millions and millions of baby bats that were born this year, this past May.
Mm-hmm.
So the daddies are off roosting somewhere else.
Great, great. And from James in Bayonne, New Jersey, can a bat eat anything bigger than itself? Oh my.
I don't know of any examples, except I have seen pictures of pallid bats eating centipedes that were longer than they are.
Oh my.
That's pretty crunchy, but I think most of them are going to eat things smaller than themselves.
Great, great.